There's a couple of anniversaries coming up with regards to music. First off, in May, it marks 5 years since we lost Ronnie James Dio. Can you talk about what his music and talents meant to you personally and to the metal scene in general, and if you have an experience with meeting him or seeing him?
Yeah, I interviewed him twice, and Hatebreed supported Dio in Mexico and in Japan. And just the coolest guy ever. I'll give you the short version of the story. I've told it on my podcast, I think, before, but when we were waiting to interview him, the whole staff of Headbangers Ball, we were all on location at the PNC, and I had a little incident with Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden. He was in a bad mood that day, and he probably doesn't even remember this. And Bruce is a totally cool dude. I don't want to knock Bruce, but he didn't want to do the interview, was tired of waiting or tired of doing a press or whatever, and was kind of just,
over it.
Yeah, he was over it. Everybody has a bad day, and nothing against Bruce. But I think I was flustered, and maybe Ronnie heard about that. And so he was just so cool and easygoing and down to earth and making jokes. And while we were waiting for the lights and stuff to get set up, I told him a story about Frank, who was not in Hatebreed at the time, how his neighbors know all the words from Dio, live at the Spectrum in Philly, because we would literally play it on full blast on his front porch, drinking all night, and the cops would come. And I used to fly out and visit Frank and just party and listen to Dio and Sabbath all night. And flash forward to the show in Japan, they said, Ronnie said, you guys could come in and say hello, take some pictures or whatever. So I go in and I go, this is Frank. And he goes, not the Frank you told me about. It's like literally like 6 years prior or whatever. And Frank looked at me and was like, I was like, yeah. And he's like, so nice to meet you. And it just blew my mind. I mean, this coolest, really the nicest guy in metal ever, the coolest guy ever. And he inspired me to kind of like push my voice to the next level. I covered a Dio era Sabbath song off of Dehumanizer called Buried Alive, which is on the Dio tribute, but you got to get it on iTunes. It's not on the CD version.
So it's an iTunes exclusive thing.
So if you want to check it out, it's the Jasta band, my project that I do. It's called Buried Alive, and it's off of the Black Sabbath with Dio album Dehumanizer.